This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Call Lord Malai Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Rule well, being a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord, when it is edifying. And I'm going to get all honor and glory once again to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kodash. And let's get into it, man. You know, there's another Measure Thou the Time Diligently in itself series or whatever you want to call it, man. You know, let's get started.
Oh! Lord have mercy!
Those intense wildfires, blood orange skies, snow in September.
As if 2020 wasn't strange enough already, this
I got a precept because he said intense wildfires, blood skies, and snow in September. This is Psalms 82 and verse 5. It reads, They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You know, and that's what's going on. The foundations of the earth are out of course. The earth is showing signs that it's in dire needs of new rulers.
This was the morning commute over San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge this week.
Kind of spooky. Perfect
Apocalyptic is probably the right term to use. You know, every year they say this is the worst fire season ever, and it is. Every year builds on the last one, it seems like.
Yeah, it really does.
This is Acts chapter 2 and verse 19. It reads, And I will shew wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon unto blood before that great and notable day of Yahweh. Come, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, come.
Parts of southern England were hit by a 3.3 magnitude earthquake this morning. The tremors gave these dogs and local residents a shock, shaking houses in Leighton Buzzard, where the epicentre was recorded. It was felt by people in Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire and Hertfordshire. There were no reported injuries.
Jumping back to 2nd Esdras chapter 9 in verse 3. It reads, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all things that is in the world having a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, ending and effects and signs. You know, and that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the ending of this current age. We're seeing the end of Esau's rulership, man. You know, this is the end, man.
Oh! Lord have mercy!
Oh, it's like, you can feel the heat.
Oh, you can feel the heat.
Ooh.
It's so hot.
Oh my God.
It only started 2 days ago. to a rare earthquake rocked people this morning in New Jersey. This one was 3.1, hitting central Jersey, the epicenter in East Freehold.
A lot of people, I was going up to them and saying, did you feel the earthquake overnight? And they're like, what are you talking about? What earthquake? Like, yes, there was an earthquake. It's not often that we can actually feel one in New Jersey, but it did.
It's not often that I ain't had this. It's not often that they could actually feel one in New Jersey. Let's see what this one say. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. It reads, no, let's go get Matthew. Salaki. Matthew chapter 24. And it reads, I'm gonna start at 3. I may as well. It reads, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and his disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And ye shall hear, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Places where they normally don't happen. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we are entering into the beginning of sorrows.
The quake reportedly was felt in parts of New York and Philadelphia as well.
It just shook.
My entire house was shaking. Thought someone broke in.
My wife and the dog and myself jumped out of bed.
A 3.1 magnitude earthquake centered near Freehold, New Jersey, woke a lot of folks up last night, including Amy Carr. In fact, it was her dogs acting nutty that woke her.
So I went to wake up my husband and he said, oh, you just had a bad dream, go back to sleep.
This morning, Ryan decided to check his surveillance video.
I went back to 2 a.m. and you hear a loud bang.
And breaking at this hour, did you feel it? One of the strongest earthquakes to shake the area did just that this morning, right on the Alabama-Florida state line in Pollard.
Yeah, the quake even showing up, Lanice, on South Alabama.
Earthquakes in diverse places, man. That's right there, right here by us, man. Pensacola area, Bruton, right there in, earthquakes don't happen down here, man. That's an earthquake in a diverse place, man.
Seismograph. Look at that spike.
And shaking it was. Little did people know the earth was indeed moving under their feet.
We literally thought someone had hit the building.
The quake occurred more than 6 miles beneath the surface.
Surveillance video catches reactions from workers at a convenience store the moment a 3.8 magnitude earthquake hit today near the Alabama-Florida state line.
Surveillance video shows the shelves moving and the bottles shaking. All the action lasted about 3 seconds.
It was crazy. I felt crazy, but it wasn't crazy.
Enough to leave the clerk here shaken too.
You don't feel typically the ground move that strongly here.
Well, most of the people who grew up here say this is not the first time they've felt the earth shake, but this was definitely the strongest.
From Montana to the Mexico border, huge swaths of the western U.S. are burning. Hundreds of thousands of square kilometers have burned in California, Colorado, Arizona, Montana, Oregon, Utah, and Washington.
What we're experiencing this year is simply without precedent.
Amazing to hear you describe it as nature's kerosene in a way. I mean, it's just amazing what we're seeing happening. But
More than 100 major fires have now burned across 11 western states in what is rapidly becoming the worst fire season in American history.
With 3 months still to go until the end of wildfire season, this year has already produced historic destruction.
California's record-breaking heat wave has intensified the destructive wildfires burning across the state.
But the perfect recipe for a fire. This forest hasn't burned in decades. It's bone dry, and it's ready to explode.
Across California, more than 1 million acres burned just this week. In Butte County, a massive inferno is threatening the town of Paradise.
And tonight, the harrowing new images coming in. Look at this. This is a home near Oregon City, Oregon. And keep in mind, this image was captured in the middle of the day. Thousands have been forced from their homes there, entire neighborhoods destroyed tonight. In California, they are setting records.
Los Angeles has reported its highest ever temperature, an astonishing 49.4 degrees Celsius. That's 121 degrees Fahrenheit. I did not know thermometers could count that high.
From space, the entire West Coast smothered in smoke.
Oh my God. This is Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. And I will shew wonders in the heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. And the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and notable day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Come. Let me get another one. Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. It reads, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? So the Lord is coming to bring fire, and he said, what will he if it already be kindled, man? You know? What else? Okay.
This looks really bad.
Tens of thousands of evacuees clogging roadways as they drove through that orange hellscape.
A widespread wildfire emergency spanning 3 states. High winds acting like natural kerosene, fueling more than 50 large wildfires in Washington, Oregon, and California alone.
An unprecedented year. 6 of California's largest wildfires ever have occurred in 2020. A record 3 million acres destroyed.
Lives lost and devastation as far as the eye can see.
A driver in Oregon filmed the dramatic scenes as an inferno engulfed the forests.
I gotta get that one. This Isaiah, let me get to it. I gotta get it, because that's what it said. It. Isaiah chapter 29, Salakia, in verse 6, it reads, Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with storms and tempests and the flame of devouring fire. The flame of devouring fire, man. And that's what we seeing right now, man. Psalms chapter 149 and verse 148 and verse 8. Fire and hail and snow, fire, hail, snow, and vapor, stormy winds, fulfilling his words. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits created for vengeance, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail, famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Jumping while I keep going. Teeth of wild beasts, the scorpion, the sword, the scorpion and the sword, punishing the wicked until to destruction. Verse 31 is the point I wanted. They shall rejoice in his commandment and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And their time and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So the Lord is causing these things to happen, man. No matter how they come to pass. And that's the point on that. Let's get back into it.
while a bird's eye view reveals the total obliteration the fires left in their wake.
As we come on the air tonight, nearly 30 enormous and fast-moving blazes are burning across the state. Entire towns have now been wiped off the map.
After two fires there converged, it created explosive conditions.
In Oregon, a state of emergency declared as 36 wildfires burn across the state.
In Washington state, where one town lost City Hall, its post office, and the fire department.
We've got fires burning from in the north part of the state all the way to the Mexican border, about 800 miles between the furthest distant fires.
With hundreds of wildfires burning in a dozen western states, firefighters say whipping winds and record heat are helping fuel these epic conditions.
These wildfires have burned a record 3 million acres this year alone. That's more than 26 times what had burned by this point last year.
The smoke and ash in the atmosphere cast a glow over San Francisco in an eerie orange light.
It's apocalyptic.
I honestly felt like we're under attack or something.
and her saying that, she laughing. See, Jake think everything fucking funny, man. But you are under attack, man. By who? First and foremost, Yahweh Shai, for your rebellion, man. The Lord is finna punish the earth, man, and you people playing. The Lord is finna kill a lot of people, man. And he already doing it, man. Every morning do the Lord judgments come to light, man. This is not the time to be laughing and playing, man. This is the time to be repenting and coming back to the Lord in humbleness and humility, man. You know? And she was like, it seems like we under attack, and ultimately Esau could be doing it, you know, with his direct energy weapons and these different things that he came up with. But hey, the Lord sticking his hand in there, making it to where he can't turn back, man. He gotta go with his move. He gotta use these things. The Lord using this devil, man. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. He turneth it whithersoever he will, man. This Psalm chapter 17, since I said that in verse 13, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And the wicked is the Lord's sword. So say Esau is starting all these fires, using the harp to make these hurricanes. You know, got some kind of thing he can do to cause the earthquakes to happen more frequently. Say Esau is doing it to bring destruction and break these places down, man. The Lord is controlling him. And ultimately, them earthquakes also coming from them digging all the oil out the ground, man, too. You know. But the Lord is in control of everything that's going on in earth, man. Not Mother Nature, not dry weather and all this and that, man. The Lord controls all this, man. Matter of fact, let's keep going.
This is very unusual. This is unprecedented, I think, for anyone.
A fiery glow that one resident said was like being inside a lit jack-o'-lantern.
This year it's hitting us harder than ever.
You heard what she said, this year is hitting us harder than ever. Why? Because the Lord is finna return, man. You know? That's what you seeing. This Nahum chapter, I might hold this. I can get it. This Nahum chapter 1 and verse 1. It say the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite. Verse 2. God, Yahweh, is jealous, and Yahweh revengeth. Yahweh revengeth and is furious. Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries. And who are his adversaries? Ultimately, it's Esau, Edom. But it's 2/3 of our people and you other heathen nations, man. And he reserveth wrath for his enemies And you people who don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments are declaring war against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You ain't trying to keep the laws to the best of your abilities, man. You declaring war, basically, man. Rebellion, man. Back to war, man. You rebelling against the Most High. He have his men out there telling you why these things are happening. But guess what? You look at us like we crazy. So he that heareth us, heareth Yahweh. You hear of Yahweh Shai, and he that heareth Yahweh Shai, heareth the Most High, man. You know? So if you don't hear us, you don't hear who the world England called Jesus Christ, man. You don't hear Yahweh Shai, man. We know that's not his name. You don't hear him, man. Verse 3, it say, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind, and the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea, and maketh it dry. He drive up all the rivers of Bashan, Bashan language, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon language. The mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his presence. Yeah, the world and all that are therein. Who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. Yahweh is good, strong. Yahweh is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trusteth in him. So the Lord know us, so we have nothing to worry about. But hey, 2/3 of our people and you heathens, oh man, you can't stand before the indignation of the Lord. So I don't know what to tell you. All I can do is tell you that the Lord is getting ready to come back. You know, that's it. He's finna switch gears. Let me get this. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 36. In verse 1. It reads, have mercy upon us, O Yahweh. O Yahweh, power of all. So let me start over. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy head against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou hast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee, and we have known as we have known thee, is that there is no God but only thou, O God. Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, and they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. So you got a motherfucker hollering about, let's take a year off so we can get healthy marriages and homesteads. We supposed to be praying that the Lord make the time short, man. Make the time short. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escape be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Yahweh, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name. And that's ultimately talking about the elect. And upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, and place of thy rest. Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles and thy people with thy glory. And we can keep going from there.
But the result can be disastrous, with flames spiraling out of control. Clouds of smoke in Brazil's Amazon are a common sight during the dry season. But this week, they have grown, and fires are spreading into untouched areas. During the first week of September, more than 8,000 fires were reported in this part of the Amazon.
Now they finna go into what's going on around the world. So let's get this. This second in Brazil, a lot of those people in Brazil are the Israelites, man. You know, majority of the northern kingdom, but you have Judah, Benjamin, Levi down there as well, man, scattered amongst the, the northern kingdom. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, and that's the point. I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith Yahweh.
That's twice the number of fires registered during the same period last year. More worrying still, a quarter of the major blazes have spread to the virgin rainforest. He says the situation will only get worse as the dry season intensifies. In August, there were an average of 18 major blazes a day. During the first week of September, that number went up to 53. But the Amazon isn't the only region in peril. Fires have also been burning in the Pantanal, the world's largest wetland, threatening endangered species.
The whole earth is out of course. The fire burning in a wetland, man. Threatening endangered species, man. When Esau get through with his rule, matter of fact, let me get that, man. This nigga here, boy, gonna fuck this nigga is fucking everything up, man. Yes, that nigga, man. Esau Edom. This nigga is fucking everything up, man. He is the reason behind all of this, man. That's why the Lord say this, Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. And the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth, man. And we know Esau got his hands in these things, man. Esau doing this shit, man. You know. But the Lord is also tweaking and making it success for Esau. You know. This Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4 is say, and there went out another horse that was red, Esau Edom, man. The nation of Esau Edom taking control of the earth. And power was given unto him, see, that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And if animals in danger, peace has been swiped away from the earth, man, because animals are going extinct, are in danger. The Lord commanded everything to be fruitful and multiply, man. You know, but the ruler of the world is over killing shit, man. You know, causing things to happen, 5G, radiation pool, all this different shit, polluting the water. You know, messing up the natural course of things, man. fucking with shit, man, that was good already, man. But he feel like he is. So, you know, the Lord is gonna, hey, the Lord gonna come at him with fierce power because he think he a God, man. You know, and show him that he's a mortal man. It say, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given him unto him a great sword. And his weather weapons, that's a sword, man. Direct energy weapons, space weapons, all this, those are swords, man. Him to be able to control locusts and, you know, with chemicals and make bombs and guns and all this shit. That's that great sword that was given to Esau. And ultimately, America's military, man, and Russia, man. That's a sword that was given unto him, man. You know, the Edomites are in power, man. I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody make, you know, the men of the Lord believe otherwise, that the so-called white man is not the Edomite that the Bible speak of, man.
Since January, roughly 23,000 square kilometers have been burnt, an area 30 times the size of New York City.
In Karachi, floods batter the city, plunging Pakistan's financial capital into...
At least 23 people died, and the Lord caused these floods as well, man. The Lord say, roughly paraphrasing, he get the waters they decree, and they cannot pass that decree, man. You know, so every time there's a flood, the Lord gave a decree for the waters to pass their domain, basic, so to speak, to pass what the Lord assigned them to stop at, man. When the flood happened, I don't care where it happened, at what river or pond, whatever, man. The Lord say, okay, right there, overflow. He'll overflow. He'll overflow, you know. There overflow. The Lord do that, man.
Chaos. Since last week, people have had to contend with power cuts, mobile network outages, and shortages of both fuel and cash. Dozens of people have died as a result of the torrential downpours and widespread flooding. And anger is growing.
Typhoon Haishen has touched down on the Korean peninsula after hitting southern Japan.
Haishen came howling ashore, pummeling this southeast
typhoon. Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh hosts with thunder and with storms and with earthquakes and great noise, storm and tempest. And that's that storm and tempest. And the flame of devouring fire, man. The typhoon is a tempest, man.
corner of South Korea, the second destructive typhoon within a matter of days.
Further up the east coast, a city surrounded by water.
This seafront restaurant was already extensively damaged by Typhoon Maisak last week. The same family have been running it for 40 years and say they've never experienced storms like these.
In North Korea, state TV pictures show the...
That's why the Lord say shoot noose. That's why in Ecclesiastes it say shoot new signs and other strange wonders. This new things are happening, man. You know, the Lord finna fuck this earth up, man. And the same way, the Lord gonna be fucking shit up and fixing shit at the same time, man. That's power, man. You know, the Lord finna tear shit up so bad that everything gonna be damn near back in course when we coming back down, man. Lord finna fix some shit, man. Fix a lot of shit, man. You know. And ultimately, it's you people, man. You the problem, man. You know.
Extent of the damage there. Heavy rain and strong winds left high waves that flooded streets and left buildings partially submerged in water.
Heavy rain and strong wind. Let me go back to Psalms 49. And these the same scriptures, but still, man, they relevant because it started off what's going on in America. Now it's going around the earth. That's how he started it off. It started off what's happening here in America. Then it started, taking course around the earth, man. Psalms 148 in verse 8, it say fire, hail, snow, and vapor, stormy winds fulfilling his words. And let's get Nahum again, just straight to the point though. Nahum chapter 3. Let me find it. Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. Nahum. Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. It say the Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind, and that's what a typhoon is, a whirlwind. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think so. In the storms and in the storm. See, even if it ain't a whirlwind, it's a storm. And the clouds are the dust of his feet.
The country bore the brunt of recent typhoons, and there are fears of the damage being wrought on its agricultural sector and the country's tenuous food situation.
Ruling its agriculture sector and its food and the country's continual, let's see what he finna say.
Already drenched from successive typhoons.
So that's it's basically what he was saying is hitting the agriculture sector that's going into them famines, man. And they was basically, he was finna say, sound like he's saying they already having a food situation, man. So it's famines in diverse places, man.
And unusually prolonged seasonal rains, there's been more flooding, especially along the peninsula's east coast, extending up into North Korea.
As the peninsula comes to terms with a spate of storms that has taken lives, closed businesses, cut power, and clogged the country's transport systems.
He and his neighbours wait anxiously to find out what the surrounding seas might throw at them next.
Floodwater has covered these streets in in Sudan.
He just had got that one scripture. Let me go to it. I think it's Luke 21. I don't know if I got it, but I think I did. But I'm going to get it. And this also, if I ain't say this, a video from Jason A. Smith. He put out great videos as far as the weather patterns of the earth, man. Excellent video. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 5. 25. Luke chapter 21 verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring.
Sudan's capital, Khartoum.
And this severe flooding in Sudan. These are those Hamites, man. These are those this Mizraim, this Mizraim, this the real Mizraim in Sudan. Those Sudanese, whatever you call them. Sudanese people. Those are the true Egyptians.
Homes were abandoned as water from the Nile filled them, making them uninhabitable. It's the result of a rise in the river's levels, the highest in more than 100 years. Much of Nafahad's neighborhood in the southern part of Sudan's capital Khartoum is now flooded. Some homes have collapsed as a result of the force of the water, as the river, which was once nearly 3 kilometers away, became one with the area. The levels of the Nile started rising 3 weeks ago, causing destruction as it flooded its banks and flowed into villages and towns. More than 100 people have died in the past month as a result, and more than 100,000 homes have been damaged or destroyed. A 3-month state of emergency has been announced by the government. This isn't the first time the Nile has flooded its banks, but those affected say it's the worst they've ever.
She probably goddamn 7 foot tall. Them motherfuckers tall though. Them Sudanese people. But these are the original Hamites. I mean, Mizraim, the original so-called Egyptians, whose biblical name is Mizraim.
ever seen.
In the past
Argentina, I want to say that's in South America.
month, their biggest challenge has been to fight the fires that are destroying these wetlands that cover an area of 14,000 square kilometers. The lack of rain this year has caused a severe drought, which makes it easier for
The Lord calls droughts, man.
the fires to spread. Like in the central province of Córdoba, where at least 14,000 hectares have burned. The governor declared the area a disaster zone. The fires are now under control, but environmental groups say it's an example of how serious the situation is.
There's a lethal combination ongoing.
As apocalyptic scenes play out across the West, tonight inside the burn zone, destruction and loss are mounting. A devastating and historic fire season with 4 more months left until its official end.
4 whole more months left. Oh, shit. I mean, it probably ain't 4 now, but still. It probably is still 4, you know. To the winter time, basically, what he probably saying. Let me get this back. Let's jump back. You know, let's backtrack back to 2nd Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 7. And say, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye believe, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in the land within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways. They that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
End.
In the middle of the day. The city by the bay, almost unrecognisable. Look at the Golden Gate Bridge, the same colour as the dark orange skies surrounding it.
Shoot new signs and other strange wonders, man. Rock that how about Shem how shad for this, man. Lord, plaguing this place, man.
Smoke and ash blocking out the sun, making it feel like the end of the world.
And it is the end of the world, man. Let me go. Look, Salaki. The Lord said in 2nd Exodus 9, it say, for like as all things that is made in the world have from beginning and the end is manifest, even so the times also when the highest have plain beginning, wonders work and powerful wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs, man. You know, matter of fact, let me go back to Matthew 24. This is the end of the world. This is it, man. Hey, this is not the end of the existence of the planet, but this is the end of you devil's rulership, man. You so-called Edomites, this it for you, man. You you Edomites, you so-called white people, Salaki, slip of the tongue. Because you are Edomites. You're not so-called Edomites. You are the Edomites that the Bible speak of. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. It say, and the disciples came unto him, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world. So that's what we seeing, man. The sign of the Lord's coming in the end of the world. He say he gonna visit the earth with storm, tempest, earthquake, flame of devouring fire. This the end, man. Let's go to 2nd Exodus chapter 7 and verse maybe 6. Let's go to 7. Let's go to 7 first. This 6 and second Exodus chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You know, so this is the end of Esau's world. This is the end. This is it, baby. It's over with. 2020 was fucked up. 2021 gonna be even more fucked up. You know, it's gonna be horrible, man. It ain't gonna get no better from here, man. You know, this the bet today is the best it's gonna ever be for you. Tomorrow gonna be worse. The next day gonna be worse than tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Gonna just keep getting worse and worse, man. You know. This is second Exodus again, chapter 7. Let's go into the next chapter. In verse 42, it reads, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom, and that's ultimately the day of doom, ultimately when the missiles are shot off, man, shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality to come, wherein corruption is past. You know, and that's the point on it.
11:15.
It's 11:15 a.m. in the day, goddamn, and look how it look. Hey, the Lord fucking you people up, man.
Easy.
What's behind the many conflagrations? Bone-dry brush and trees following years.
Hold up. He say, what's behind the million Hey, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash is behind this, man. Ain't no goddamn bone-dry brush and all that old goofy shit you talking about, man. The Lord say he gonna visit and play with the flame of devouring fire, man. You know, trying to take the credit from Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All honor and glory goes to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. By Hashem Rakakadash, man. You know.
Intermittent drought, low humidity combined with a broiling heat wave in recent days.
Who did that though? Drought and low humidity, a broiling heat wave. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. You know. He may be using Esau to use his direct energy weapons to, you know, start these fires and get them started, you know. But who doing it, though? Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
And above all, high seasonal winds blowing down from the mountains provide a singular...
Stupid ass commercial. Hey! Hey, that was coming to you, Edom. That was coming to you fucking Edomites, man. Wait, man. You see how the king came out there? He like, man, what the fuck this nigga doing sleep, man? He kicked him in his ass, man. That was coming to you Edomites, man. Oh, but that's not gonna happen. You ain't gonna get kicked in your ass and you get your own little island to build up. No, your ass gonna get put to death, man. If we see it fit, man. Whatever the brother feel, man. You know, on his plantation, man.
A recipe for disaster.
Salaki for that, but that was funny though. Salaki.
Don't say overdue. Not till next year.
Please. This is the year 2020, right? This stuff's been happening.
And with that being said, you know, it's 2020. This is the year 2020. And the elder apostle Tahar deemed this year, 2020, the year of prophecy, man. Beautiful, man. Back in 2nd Exodus chapter 9 and verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself, man. You know, and Lord willing, this edifying. I want to end it giving the infinite honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone, rule web, and a great example to the younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom. Kwam Yashala and the Bible Bar. Shalom.